Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining me on another beautiful day. I mean, you can see the sweat on my forehead there. It's hot, but it's perfect for working on a piece of crap. And I do have a piece of crap here. So the last time I left you, I think I was doing, trying to get the car started. And the car started sort of okay-ish. However, now I'm gonna do some actual major sort of tune-up-y repairs. So I'm gonna be taking off this this intake manifold. There are 3 spark plugs back there. There's 3 spark plugs in front. They're easy to get off, but I'm gonna take off the valve cover. I'm gonna paint that so it looks brand new. Do some, you know, cleanup and whatnot, and then we're gonna see how this car runs. And I bet that this car is gonna be an absolute peach. Well, I mean, let's hope it doesn't spin a rod or blow a hole in the block. But I think this car should be pretty damn good. So let's see what that looks like. So the first thing to do on this 6G72 225,000 mile engine is to take off the intake manifold right here. And it's like some assorted 12mm bolts. I'm gonna have to take off this this turbo hose because one of the turbos is back there, the other one's in here. So I'm just gonna have to take that off. I already removed this little Y pipe that goes into the throttle body. And yeah, I think it should be fine. There are some EGR ports, exhaust gas recirculation ports, in the back. And let me see if I can take a look at how that looks. Yeah, see that that sort of rusty pipe? That goes into 2 bolts. And those bolts are most likely rusted on, and they're gonna give me a, you know, it's just gonna be a pain in the ass to take them off. So I'm gonna just take this off, see what everything looks like, swap out the spark plugs, and let's see if I can do that without killing myself with this heat. This is almost ready to come out. There are some lines for the throttle body and all that are probably still gonna stay on there. I'm going to just basically flip this manifold over and just hold it in the engine bay until I can get to the spark plug. So hopefully it comes off, but yeah, let's see if I can actually get this off. Let's see if I can use a pry tool. Alright. Got a hose stuck on here, okay. Alright. So it's sort of out. So I think what we're gonna have to do is take off this throttle body. Okay, took off the throttle body, now this should just lift out. Almost. Okay, so here's the problem. I took the intake manifold off like a little bit, but this vacuum, I think this is for the EGR or something. There's one hose coming out of the top and one hose coming out of the side. So I take those off and this thing is out of here. Okay, now the intake manifold is finally gone. That was a pain in the ass. I think I'm gonna have to replace all these vacuum hoses because most of them are dry rotted and I don't want a vacuum leak in a car this complex. So all that stuff, I'm gonna have to go to AutoZone or something and get some new hose. But take a look at this. So this rat or mouse was definitely living in here, and all this has to be cleaned out. I mean, you can see these are aluminum, and you can see how corroded it is just from water and or mouse pee. But everything else doesn't look in horrible shape. That's the inlet to the turbo. I'll clean that up a little bit. But if you take a look at this, this is the inlets to the actual cylinders. So this is the lower intake manifold. And the lower intake manifold, there's 6 of these because there's 6 cylinders. So each one of these, the air and I guess the boost goes right in there, and the injector, see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. That gets mixed with the air coming in, and that's what gives you the bang in the cylinders. Usually with these cars they have oil leaks from valve guide seals, and these would be just kind of dripping with oil. But this is like, it's a little bit dirty, but it's not horrible. So this engine seems to be in good shape. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change these spark plugs. I'm going to change these spark plugs, and I'm also going to take this valve cover off because it used to be this nice wrinkle black, but it's not anymore. So I'm going to paint this like it should be, a nice wrinkle black OEM. I'm going to sand this off and maybe paint that red. So this should be a nice before and after shot. Right now it's looking a little sorry for itself, but I think we can get this to be quite presentable when it's finished. Actually, before I start on the engine, I wanted to show you a bit of the intake manifold. Now, this intake manifold is different from the one on the SL, like the base model non-turbo. First, because the twin turbo ECI multi-intercooler badging, which is pretty cool. But I think the designs of the runners might be a little different. But if we look underneath, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just this collector tube, and it goes into each of the 6 cylinders. And this just these just go into the lower intake manifold and make power, hopefully. That is the EGR, exhaust gas recirculation. This is for emissions. Now, what happens a lot of times with this EGR system is that this, you see it's all black and sooty, that can get super clogged with gas. I mean, this could be like clogged solid, but I don't know if that's been cleaned recently or something, but it's not in bad shape at all. The gasket I'll have to find. I might have dropped it down in the engine bay somewhere. But if we go back over here, I'm not even sure what this is. This is some kind of vacuum valve or cold start. I don't think it'd be a cold start. It might have to do with the evap or EGR system. But yeah, on the whole, this looks like it's in decent shape. Obviously, it's extremely dirty. I'm gonna take a wire brush to it and see if we can get this. Well, this I'll just sand so it's nice and shiny, and this I'll take the wire brush to it and see what it looks like. I don't know if it's gonna look brand new, but it's gonna look a hell of a lot better than what it is now. Okay, our spark plug is ready to come out, I believe. Let me put this in there to kind of fish it out. Okay, that didn't work. And here's how you do stuff with your left hand while holding a camera. Okay. Almost. What the hell? It's loose. Okay. So, in order to get this spark plug out, I'm gonna try something. I don't actually have a magnet. The magnet I used to have broke, but here's what you can do in case you don't have a magnet. So you have a long screwdriver and a very messy garage. Don't mind me because I am moving. You have a long screwdriver in front of you. Make sure it's metal, steel, and you have a speaker, which is magnetized. So you just run the screwdriver along the bottom of the speaker, so it also gets magnetized, and hopefully not do it with one hand. And if I put this screwdriver in here. Should be able, sort of. Alright, that's not going to work. Let's try this again. Okay, that's okay, there we go. So, oh boy. Alright, so this is wet. I gotta, is this gasoline? I don't quite know why it's wet. Seems almost like water, but it's not, Okay, so I'm going to replace the spark plugs. I have no idea what was swimming down there. Cylinder seems like it's holding pressure fine, but this spark plug, I think it might have been a platinum one or something, looks way past it. So that is the old spark plug. And here is the new one. Well, the new one right next to the old one. So I got similar spark plugs as an NGK Platinum. There's also NGK Platinum, I believe. I have no idea what it is. I also checked the spark plug gap, which is the distance between the anode and the cathode right here. And as you can see, like, I'm gonna see if I can get that into focus. See that the gap, it's nice and tight. And right here, it's just, oh God, it's disgusting. I have no idea how this was even getting a spark at all. So, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Now it's in focus. So we have to get that plus 2 other brand new spark plugs to fit back there. Then I will go on to take off this valve cover. Okay. If you've noticed a few things, one, I'm wearing different clothes because it is a week later. I had to get more parts. I had to get an actual valve cover gasket, and that took a few days to order. But right now, I have cleaned up the intake manifold a little bit. I'll let you take a look at that. So this is just, I sanded it and gave it a little, lick of paint, some nice metallic silver. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to replace this valve cover, gasket and valve cover. But the valve cover I actually painted, and right now it's drying. See, I got some wrinkle black. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, so I got wrinkle black, and I painted the entire thing, and these letters are just raised. So what I did is I used a sander, just sanded them down to the bare metal, and this is also bare metal. I just took some Rust-Oleum, I don't even know what that is, it's Sunrise Red. Yeah, I took some Rust-Oleum and a brush and just kind of brushed that on. So now it looks sort of stockish. It looks a hell of a lot better than it did before. And I'm going to put that on here. I also did some work as far as the vacuum line. So these were all busted and broken. I got new ones from AutoZone. Hopefully this shouldn't be too much of an issue. Alright, after that, I think this car should run a lot better. But again, fingers crossed, I have no idea. And there might be a lot of work to do. I think what I'm going to do with this car is, as soon as I get it running and driving and then sort of cleaned up okay-ish, I think I'm just going to sell it. And I'm going to sell it to, one of my readers, viewers, whatever, put it on Craigslist or eBay. But it's going to be, again, you've seen the car. It's going to be really cheap. It's going to be affordable to anybody wanting a project, and it is going to be running and driving. It's not going to be the way I got it. It's going to be a hell of a lot better than how I got it. So, yeah, let's put that on. Actually, before I put the gasket on, I want to show you exactly how you should put a gasket on. So right now, in front of you, you can see I have some Permatex Ultra Black RTV gasket maker. What a lot of people do with this stuff is they basically slather it onto here and then just kind of pray that there are no leaks. According to the factory service manual of mostly any car in existence, that's not what you have to do, and that's where you get a lot of leaks. And oil seeping down to your header, and yeah, it's not good. What you want to do with this stuff is it's usually just applied small places right here on the edges, just where there's just kind of weird angles, and like the straight areas you don't need to worry about. Just make sure that they're clean. Wipe them off with not exactly sandpaper, but maybe some steel wool or something. And yeah, just you have to get in here and anywhere where there's just a sort of weird join. And I honestly wouldn't worry about this. I was just again, clean this just like the straight areas. And you put it on, make sure that you tighten all the bolts in sequence. It's usually like just kind of a cross pattern like that. And make sure you don't over tighten. There is a torque spec on this. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but yeah, it should be pretty much hand tight. So let's see what that looks like with the valve cover on there and hopefully torqued down appropriately. And here she is. Doesn't look bad at all. I mean, it looks a lot better than when I first got it. And I'm really liking how this engine turned out. Now, all I have to do is do some minor cleanup. There's some just kind of nasty bits around here. I have to put back the battery and the Y-pipe for the intake. And I think we'll be able to finally start this hunk of crap. Well, not really a hunk of crap anymore. Now it's getting there. It's getting there. Okay, now she's buttoned up. I still have my tools everywhere, but I think we can try and start her up. Before we start her up, actually, I wanted to show you this. See, during the week that this car was sitting, apparently some birds were extremely angry at me not giving you guys videos. So look at what they did. So that's a little of it. Look at that. And yeah. Oh my god. So apparently there's birds like up there. I think there's a nest or something, and they've just been obliterated. Like, you look at the floor. I mean, just look at the ground. This is all nasty bird crap. So right after I turn this on, I'm going to power wash the hell out of this car. Yeah, this is disgusting. Okay. And the battery's in. And for realsies, I have not tried this before. This is the first time. I'm thinking that everything should go according to plan. I don't think anything is disconnected. And all right. Oil pressure is all right. Vacuum is working, and the car is still cold. I do still have to change the oil. I'm not going to rev it any more than 3,000 RPMs. But when I do that, I think the should smooth out even more. I'm going to let this car get up to temperature, and then I'll update you guys on how the car's running then, because right now it's on a fast, it's kind of on its fast idle, and it's at around 1500. So if that doesn't come down, I might have to adjust it. This is the reality of working on a piece of crap when it's about 100 degrees and a crazy amount of humidity. Me just looking at my own face in the camera is just it's very telling of where I've gone with my life. But this car is running a lot better than it was. Take a look at that. No check engine lights. Apparently somebody, one of my commenters said that light right there, it's not for coolant, it's actually for the windshield washer reservoir. My windshield washer reservoir is full, so that might be faulty. That might be like some sensor or something that I need to replace, but whatever. I still need to fix this. because that's I do have fuel in here. It should be at least a quarter tank. It is idling nicely. It's idling where it should be, and everything is working as it should. It's working a lot better than when I first got it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start cleaning this whole thing, but I'm gonna leave that to the next video, because this has been too long in the making. This has been it took me like a week and a half to make this video, and I'm not even sure what I'm gonna put, you know, as far as content. It's me just kind of sprucing up the engine. But right now it's hot and I'm rambling, so I'll leave you with that. As always, like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like the video for any reason, please hit that dislike button. I always like to hear feedback, even if I can't speak properly. So I will see you again next time, when I'm gonna be hopefully cleaning this car up and maybe selling it on to the next person that can make it everything that I'd want it to be.